Good afternoon. You are welcome to another episode of Aviation Maintenance Inside podcast, hosted by engineer Eddie Tula. Just to let you know that today's episode takes us beyond aviation maintenance and into one of the biggest security development that is currently shaping Africa and global aviation safety. That is the increasing war against ISIS in Africa and the recent military operation involving the United States and Nigeria. Over the years, many people associated ISIS mainly with Iraq and Syria. But today, the battlefield has shifted. Why? Because Africa has quietly and gradually become the most active center for terrorist operations around the world. But today, a major development has emerged. Reports indicate that the United States of America and Nigeria forces carried out a joint counter-terrorism operation in the northeastern Nigeria, specifically Metley in Borno State. According to US officials, the operation eliminated Abu Bilal Amuniki, described as the ISIS global second in command. And this is said to represent one of the most significant blows against the terrorist leadership group in recent years. The operation reportedly involved intelligence cooperation between Nigeria forces and the United States Africa Command, that is AFCOM. Several senior ISIS leaders were said to have been killed during this operation. Now, why is this important? What is the significance of this operation? Why should people be celebrating that the ISIS Global Second in Command has been eliminated alongside the terrorist group senior fighters? Because ISIS, West African province known as ISWAP, has carried out several attacks in the region against military bases, villages, government facilities, and transportation routes across Nigeria and its neighboring countries. The ISWAP has become one of the most deadliest terrorist group that is currently operating in Africa today. And according to security experts, ISIS has strategically expanded its territory into Africa after losing major stronghold in the Middle East. And this expansion is changing the global security landscape. The United States of America has also increased its military activities across Africa. Earlier reports recorded that the United States has carried out airstrikes against camps linked to the terrorist group in northern Nigeria in the past few months. At the same time, AFCOM, that is United States African Command, has intensified operations in Somalia against ISIS Somalia and the Al-Shabaab militant group. This tells us one thing, that the fight against terrorists, the fight against ISIS is no longer just based in the Middle East, that Africa has become the main front line for this battle, and Nigeria is the focal point for this battle. And from an aviation security perspective, terrorism affects airport security, airspace management, intelligence operations, regional stability, and international travel confidence. Yes, all these things will be in jeopardy as a result of insecurity. And any rise in insecurity across West Africa and Africa at large has a direct implication on aviation safety, airline operations, tourism, and foreign investment. Where, yes, a huge success has been recorded. A huge military success has been recorded against this terrorist group. Will this operation permanently weaken ISIS? This is the question in the heart of many. Can African governments sustain this success that has been recorded? Can Nigerian forces, after the United States hands off, can African leaders sustain this? Will there be sustainability? And beyond military action, what role will economic development and education play in ensuring legalization of this terrorist group? Or are there going to emerge different terrorist groups? These are difficult questions that need to be answered by our policymakers. One thing is certain: the war against terrorists in Africa is entering a new phase, and Nigeria remains the center against the fight of terrorist group in Africa. Events continue to unfold duly. The world is watching closely to see if this military operation, if this success that has been recorded will mark a turnaround in the security situation in Africa. Thank you for listening to this Aviation Maintenance Inside podcast hosted by Engineer Eddie Itula. Don't forget to follow me on my social media handles and join the conversation. Until next time, keep safe and keep passion for aviation alive.